Hello guys, it is Cave Theories here, and it has been a few weeks since Series 9 of The Dumping Ground wrapped up with a heartbreaking finale. However, was this series good or was it bad? Because The Dumping Ground has been on a steady decline for a while now. We had Series 8, which was just awful, so the question is whether Series 9 was an improvement or not. Let's get into it, but before we go any further, please make sure that you click the red subscribe button down below and have your notifications turned on so that you get notified every time we make any brand new videos. If I was to describe Series 9, it would be a mixed bag. It had so much potential in areas and then just didn't go through with it. I'll discuss my main issues later, but what I mean by potential is there were so many opportunities where interesting storylines were told, but not given enough time to be told in an effective and entertaining way. Or great storylines were interrupted by absolute rubbish ones. I've always been more of a fan of the darker storylines in The Dumping Ground. Whilst maybe not the more realistic, they are the most dramatic, and that's what I love. Things like Faith getting ran over, Frank or Alex on the street, or being trapped in a burning flat. Series 8 didn't have any of these, not really, but there were very serious and dark moments in Series 9 that I actually thought were so great. The standouts are Sweet and Sour, the episode where Jodie is at therapy, Saviour, where Beck is saved by Ruby, and of course the finale, Breaking Chains, dealing with Kingsley's death. Some of these are brilliant ideas and work so well. However, apart from the Jodie therapy session, I think the ideas were wasted and not played out to their full potential. And that's purely because they had to stick into one episode and share with one rubbish side plot. Let's take the episode where Beck returns, for example. It's this really dark setting, it looks horrific, and Beck's living situation is awful. There's so much potential. However, it's only one episode long and has to share a story with Clem that doesn't have any relation to that topic, which means as soon as Beck agrees to escape, they're running for like a minute, then escape, which just makes the episode completely pointless. This is an episode that deserved a two-parter with a cliffhanger in between where Ruby reunites with Beck, or even just a whole episode dedicated to Beck, and that would have been fine, like Beck's first intro episode. The last episode as well, we have Kia Pegg's almost perfect acting of grieving for Kingsley's death. Whether they should have killed him or not is another matter. And then we have the return of Tyler and finally the funeral. A great ending episode with the return of an awesome character and the reunion of our favourite couple. However, could have done with a two-parter as well, to extend this serious and dramatic storyline, and to be honest, just the climax of it, with the cliffhanger being Tyler's big return. I love these ideas, but my big problem with Series 9 is that there isn't a single two-parter, and that's a huge mistake. Maybe it was because of the pandemic, but I don't see why that would have stopped it. Speaking of which, the two episodes I've talked about were the intro and ending to 9B. 9A's intro was just not good for me. I just didn't enjoy it. I don't mind when the DG goes into more fantasy and unrealistic elements, but having 3 wishes is just a bit strange. As for the episodes themselves, they were all fine, but none stood out to me. I love the more serious episodes as a beginning and end for the series, then lots of creative episodes in the middle. Like, this show can go creative in the best ways possible, with ideas that are crazy, but I just love them. Whether that's necklaces in the loo, touching the TV challenge, a mysterious wardrobe, or just a breaking in. Series 9 did try some creative episodes, like the first ever episode that was mainly just animation and talking. It was something new. I might not have liked it as much, but I appreciate it. However, I did really like Festival Fibber, which was basically an entire episode on FaceTime. That made me smile, and it felt like the old DG again. However, apart from that, not many of the episodes shone out to me as great ones, just mediocre. However, like I've said, I love the more serious episodes, so how did they do? Well, unfortunately, I think this show feels like the fans are just very stupid. Because there are some great serious topics said throughout the episodes. However, nearly every episode in Series 9 had to have some sort of lecture in it, where a character speaks to another character about the lessons they've learned in the journey of that episode, and it just makes the episode feel almost like a PSHE lesson at school, rather than a fun episode with a meaning behind it. Even the actors look uncomfortable saying these sort of lectures to the camera. And unfortunately, these lecture type things have been really annoying and consistent throughout this series. I loved when the show used to cover serious topics, but had the hope that the fans would realise the message behind it. The best episode for this, in my opinion, is Sticks and Stones from Series 2. If all serious episodes were like that, I'd praise this show all the time. Apart from the episodes I've mentioned, there was one serious episode that I did like, however, which was Face to Face, focusing on floss for all people. I've never been a fan of floss, but I really liked this episode, so I was really happy and surprised by that. But there's just one more thing that really annoyed me about this series. Characters left and were introduced, which I thought was good, but one in particular really triggered me, and that was Sasha's exit. I hated it. I just did. Sasha, this character who we love and has been a huge main character since 2015, is pushed off in a random episode in the middle of Series 9 and didn't even return for the final episode. She didn't get the treatment of a two-parter which most huge characters like herself get, and it was like she was just kicked off. Whether it was the actor's decision or the producer's decision, I just thought it was disrespectful to this awesome character, and I'm going to be annoyed about that forever unless she returns. So, overall, this series was a really mixed bag, with opportunities and nice ideas that were unfortunately ruined by not reaching further enough. But it was a step up from Series 8, and they're currently filming Series 10 now. So, for the 10th series, they've got to smash it. Hopefully. But anyway guys, that is the end of this video. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, make sure that you smash that like button down below and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Guys, let us know down below in the comments, what did you think about Series 9? Did you enjoy it? Did you think it was a step up from Series 8? And do you agree with the points I've made? And what did you dislike about it as well? I'm really interested to hear what you guys think. And are you glad that Tyler returned? I definitely am. And as always, we've been here on Gate of Theories. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.